because yeah, I am late because I had to prepare a few things to talk about during for this live, but all of a sudden I got caught up in what happened in the past when Pluto was in Aquarius in the past, and all of a sudden I was like looking at all these different kind of years because the last time filler talk, but of course, let me know I'm here. But the last time Pluto was in Aquarius was in 1777. And what was the important thing that happened in 1777? Easy as that. Just ask the internet and it will tell you victory over British troops at the Battle of Saratoga, whatever, whatever. And that was for the Americans. So the Americans had a good year, but that was when Pluto just entered Aquarius. So on to the next year, 1780, 1778, a critical link was forged with France, probably for America again. But that tells you a lot because Pluto in Aquarius, Aquarius is all about the camaraderie, all about the community, and forging this link with France. We all know how it ended with the Lady of Liberty in New York, but it's just something noteworthy. Pluto in Aquarius and all these things that are coming to mind may be something very fruitful that other people can look back on in the end, like the Lady of Liberty right now. And I also went to like 1779. What is important in 1779? Probably for America again. General George Washington made a series of strategic decisions that defeated the British offense. So again, something quite noteworthy. Look in the past. Look for your country. Look whatever happened for you with Pluto in Aquarius. So welcome to another live. I'd say ask me anything. I think someone has to start and then I can start answering or something. But I'm going to try and like fill the time a little more, so I'll be here for longer than just 10 minutes. But either way, Pluto in Aquarius, let's dissect it all because Pluto just entered a fixed sign. So out of all the cardinal signs, and cardinal is about starting, initiating. There's probably something you already started, something you already initiated. But remember what I said about Virgo and the sixth house? These are things we craft in the dark. These are things we don't necessarily put out to the light because we want to perfect it. We want to make it something that's worthy of presenting to the world. And now Pluto has entered the fixed air sign of Aquarius. Fixed signs don't really like change. Fixed signs like to keep perfecting their skill, like to keep perfecting whatever it is that they're going to bring out. So all this change, all this pushing on the foreground, especially with Mars in Leo, because it's a samenkomst van omstandigheden. We don't really like it, and I can imagine that no one is actually really liking it. I'm not even liking it, but I'm trying to like keep on a brave face because someone has to do it, especially in this economy. Yes, I also feel those things. But yeah, you can't be sad about everything all the time. And change is really a coming, especially with Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius in Taurus. And Taurus, second house, is the sign of worth, self-worth, the things that we find worthy, like a dollar that we could change for 30 grams of gold. But things are changing gradually, and I'm not the first one who's been talking about it. A lot of people have been talking about it coming up to this time, this place right here, right now. So yeah, keep your change, keep your faith. Stay. What did I say? Stay with your vibe to attract your tribe. Because that's eventually how you get where you want to go. Someone has to start. Someone has to be that lighthouse. Someone has to be the leader. You don't just get followers by saying, okay, follow me. You have to have a plan. And as Saturn is entering Aries, We're going to talk about it. Let me just stick to my thing. Because on the 4th of May, here and today, Pluto is starting to move retrograde on 3 degrees, the Gemini degree. And Gemini is all about the basic information, the basic skill sets. And even though Aquarius, with the dominant phrase, I know, has the power of the intellect, has a lot of knowledge to give. Remember, it's the water bearer, and water holds knowledge. There are still some basics we need to learn, because this is a new terrain for all of us. Like I've been saying the past 2 years, everyone is getting into new terrains. Everyone is getting into new habits and stuff. Everyone is being pushed to the forefront, especially as Mars is now out of its shadow phase in Leo. So really act. Mars has the dominant phrase, I act. Leo has the dominant phrase, hello Iwona. Sorry. Leo has the dominant phrase, I create, I will. What are you going to create? What have you been perfecting in the dark with that South Node in Virgo that you need to take out so you can go to that North Node in Pisces? So you can follow your destiny. We all have something. I've got like these intention journals, remember? This time around, I've got a script to stick by. Because let's just talk about it a little. When Saturn enters Aries, Saturn doesn't really like it in Aries, right? Because Aries is such like a troublemaker. It's over here, over there, it's over everywhere. That ball of fire, that inner child, with all that spirit. And Saturn's like, we have a plan, we need to stick to the plan. Prove, like I said in the yearly overview for Aries, prove that you are someone who is who has a plan, who is worth following, who can be that natural leader, who can be that beacon of light so others know that we can follow you. Thank you, Iwona. Either way, as Pluto is moving retrograde, it becomes difficult to feel in control. It becomes difficult to feel powerful. As we are transforming ourselves, Pluto is the planet of transforming, alchemizing, not necessarily life and death, but beginnings and endings. And we need endings so we can begin again, right? So what is ending? What is making space? Remember the story I told about my friend and his cat? Let me not speak too much, but he is really enjoying his freedom. He is really enjoying his space. As soon as you get that space, as soon as you get that opportunity, grab it. Life's too short. Lord knows. As soon as something comes to an end and gives you more opportunity, more space, more energy, more money, go, sweetheart. So when Pluto's moving retrograde in this fixed air sign, as the power of the intellect, you know so much better. But why is it that we don't follow our own advice? You know so much better, do better, instead of trying to advise other people. Start with you first, the piece of the puzzle, and then add yourself to the whole puzzle. Transform yourself, even though it may be a little awkward, it may be a little annoying. It's part of life. So it's about transforming, alchemizing, healing, the beginning and the end. And it may be difficult. Again, those fixed signs. I am a Leo. I also don't like all these changes. I have been working so hard for all this stability and stuff. But what should I do? Should I go and sit in the corner and cry about it? That's not going to work. That's going to take away my time, and I should invest that time in something else, like creating some stable foundation somewhere else. Don't go and cry about spilt milk. Go and fill your cup somewhere else. So with this Pluto moving retrograde, don't fight it. You are not forced. You are supported. Use that support to go wherever you need to go. So again, Aquarius, fixed, resistant to change, likes to perfect, has the power of the intellect. And it's an air sign. Air is all about the knowledge. Again, water bearer, bearer of knowledge, innovation. And not just air as in communicating and community. It's about networking. Remember, your network is your net worth. So especially this 2025, still numerology, a year 9, let go in order to grow. Just like with my roses, it's too far away, but my roses, I need to let go of some twigs so they can grow more. Let go of all those superficial, I love that word. I'll come to it. But those superficial people in your network, acquaintances. We zijn geen vrienden, we zijn bekenden. Acquaintances, keep them at their distance. They don't need to know like your whole life story, your whole life work, especially as we're growing up now. Especially as we're getting older now. Now we're getting older, we have the time, the money, the energy. What are we doing with it? Those same 24 hours Beyonce has in a day, we already reduced to 4 to 6 hours for ourselves. What are we doing with it? I really want to take you downstairs to my home gym, but it's also too far. I've been busy. I've been on my Duolingo streak. I've been on my gym streak. I've been on my meal prep streak. I've been on it. I've been using my intention journal. I don't know about you, but I've been saying, get on top of it. And again, I am also going through changes, which I don't like, with Uranus and Taurus. But anyway, I do follow my own advice sometimes. But it's especially that Uranus and Taurus. Because Aquarius, that air sign, is also about the social activism, doing it for the people, doing it for the majority. And the majority wants me to be like a life coach, I guess. So I think I'm going to go into life coaching. And you all know, I don't start in Aries season, I start in Gemini season. So see you there. That's like on the 20th of May. I'm preparing. I'm behind the screens. I'm gonna create. Like Marcel went out of its shadow phase on the 2nd of May, so 2 days ago. We're gonna get there. Should I get the roses? They're not blooming anyway, so. But Uranus in Taurus, it's in its detriment. Uranus is all about the change and the evolution and the revolution and the technology, the innovation, and also for the people, for the humanitarianism. And again, like the dollar isn't as well anymore. Why? But sorry, the dollar isn't doing as well anymore. People are changing what they find valuable, what they do not find valuable. Maybe it's the information that you can share, because your information is of more value than gold. Nothing is more valuable than gold, but I'm just saying. Maybe like the YouTubers and stuff and the TikTokers are actually giving you more information than the next practice or the next guru or the next whatever. All these ideas popping up into my head, but I got so much, and you got a lot of things too. Just give yourself the time, the opportunity to think about all those opportunities which you have, all those things which you have already, so you can climb on it. So it's changing our sense of worth inside and outside, as it's in Taurus. Taurus is the ruler of the 2nd house again. On the 10th of May, Mercury is entering Taurus, by the way. You remember I said like it looks kind of like the same, the glyph, Mercury and Taurus. Taurus, ruler of the 2nd house, rules the sense of worth inside and outside. I find this jar of pickles very valuable, and someone else may say like whatever. I found this pouch of pickle more valuable, even though it has just one in it. Either way, that sense inside and outside. is changing, but it's also changing our beliefs around abundance and its meaning. Oh yeah, ruler of the second house. Second house is the neck, the throat, the things you speak into existence, the things you say. And Taurus is also ruled by Venus. Venus rules the senses, so the sight, the smell, the taste, the feel, and the sound of it. Again, does it seem like something valuable? Does it sound like something interesting? Does it taste like something that has opportunity to you? Because at Pluto in Aquarius, again, Aquarius is that very eccentric, maybe for the people, maybe for the human, but for my people. Because not everyone is on the same, and if everyone was the same, it would be so boring. But who do you have that same value with? And again, like I said in the Taurus video at the end, just because you have this sensation of this tastes like more, this feels like more, does not mean you have to pursue it romantically. Romance has ruined more. Hold on, wait a minute. But you do not have to pursue every sensation romantically. Maybe pursue it in a business way. Maybe pursue it in a way so you can say, hey, I think we should go for glass a little more because people are like... So that sense of value. Listen to yourself, see what you have, and go further with it. And again, that your Aquarius, it's for you. It's your vision, it's your sensation. And the same actually with the North Node in Pisces. Pisces, very all about illusion, disillusion, the dream, the glitz, the glamour. It's the glitz and the glamour which attracts people. But as soon as they get inside, they see like, oh, it's just smoke and mirrors. No one told you it was glitz and glamour. You got attracted by it. You're always welcome, but what are you going to do with it? Find your stage. Find what you find worthy to perform on that stage and act and add your smoke and mirrors so you can attract others or make it shiny for others or whatever. Because at the end of the day, we're all in this together. Yeah. So yeah. How is your knowledge, your intellect of value to the majority? And again, you don't have to get all of the people, just the majority of the people. So as Uranus is preparing to enter Gemini, look back at the past though, like I also did. I went all the way back to 1777. Let's go back again because I don't think I don't have dishes to do, and I don't think I can start cooking when I'm talking to you. But we are also going to talk about that Scorpio full moon, right? Because we kind of talked about Mercury and Taurus. That Scorpio full moon on the 12th of May. For some people on the 13th of May, because local Amsterdam time, it's like 5 minutes before 7 p.m. Either way, don't worry, it's a micro moon, kinda, right? Yeah, it's a micro moon because it's in Scorpio and Lilith is in Scorpio. Lilith is the furthest point from Earth. So yeah, all those deep sensations of the moon being in its fallen placement in Scorpio and all that stuff, and it's going to get deep and intense, and it's actually not that intense as it's a micro full moon, but still in its fallen placement because you have to make it not that intense. Don't make an elephant out of a mosquito, like we'd say in Dutch. Don't over-exaggerate your cause. Because Scorpio is all about the dedication. It's all about our desires. And with Pluto moving retrograde, being the ruler of the Scorpio full moon, we may like act out a little. We may crash out a little. And it's the art to not crash out, but to lock in to your desires. You know exactly what it is. So this full moon is not going to help you like unlock what you desire, unlock what you want. You know exactly what you want, what you desire, how you can help the majority with it and stuff. But something is stopping you from saying, "Oh, let me go live. Let me take a let me because what is it that we have? Some people make art. Some people make education videos. Some people make music. Other people have community things they like to share and stuff, but they don't have the space. And you may have the space and stuff, but you're like, oh no, I'm too scared. Stop being scared. Be prepared. Buy my intention journal. No, I should find a way. I should really find a way. Because I know already. I should like promote the intention journals a little more. But I should find a way, dedicate myself to my cause, dedicate to myself to the transformation I'm going through. Because like I said, people want me to be a life coach. Okay, Shmoane, the life coach it is. What's your question? Where do you want to go? What is keeping you stuck? Ask the valuable questions first before you want to go into whatever. I've EMDR'd myself into this state. You can do too. Either way, yeah, that Pluto Scorpio full moon on 22 degrees. 22 degrees is the Capricorn degree. Capricorn, it's all about the long term. It's all about the legacy. It's all about our dedications and sticking by them, sticking with them. Starting this full moon in Scorpio, well, starting the new moon in Scorpio like 6 months ago, get very serious about your cause. Get very serious about where you want to go and stuff. That solar eclipse in Aries should have helped, should have guided you into saying, okay, this is exactly where I want to go. And if you don't know, go back to the exact date of the Aries new moon. For me, it's very memorable because it was on the 29th of March, 2025. What were you thinking? What were you doing around the 29th of March, 2025? That's exactly where you need to go. That's exactly where you need to be. I was exalted for my position. And I'm actually quite happy with it, so I can focus on my real position. Don't get the Leo down. You know what? Focus. 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 Especially with Neptune in Aries. But like I said, Neptune is going to move retrograde back into Pisces again. So focus about your dreams. Be very intentional about it. That's why it's called the intention journal, because you have to live with a little more intention. So the Scorpio full moon, 22 degrees, ruled by Pluto, moving retrograde in Aquarius on 3 degrees. Get into the basics, 3 degrees, Gemini degree, basic information, basic skills at how do I communicate? How do I reach these kids? That's what you need to ask yourself. And then we're off to Gemini season on the 20th of May. And the only reason I'm so excited all of a sudden again is because Gemini season, remember, well, Gemini is the sign where the moon turns in energy. From Gemini up to Sagittarius season, the moon rises in energy. I only learned this from my like plant calendar or something like so. Moon in Gemini until Sagittarius, give your plants water because water is rising, emotions are rising, spirit is rising. So the sun is rising too. And from Sagittarius season until Gemini season, it's like in the darker months, in the darker stages. So getting lower, getting slower. So May is kind of like that turning season, that turning point. And if you may feel energy rising, this may be it. That's why, yeah, lifestyle coach, follow the moon like I do. But I can help you. Either way, energy starts rising. We want to go out again. We want to get social again, but do not be superficial with your thingies and stuff, because in June it's really getting real. Jupiter is exiting its detriment sign of Gemini. Gemini being here, there, everywhere, grab. Stop that. and entering its exalted sign of Cancer. And Cancer likes to nurture to see something grow. So we can't be superficial anymore. We're going to be intentional again. So I said that to say, rising energy, June is going to be very real, and 4 days after Jupiter enters his exalted sign of Cancer, we're in the middle of eclipse season. I don't know what, oh yeah, moon wobble. So the moon wobbles, we may feel a little off. I say wobble along. Yes, go with the flow. Sometimes you need to anchor yourself, especially in Taurus season and Scorpio season. Why? Because that's the axis of money and worth and stuff, and shared possessions, your own possessions and shared possessions. So in Taurus season, you say, okay, this is my value. And in everything Scorpio, you say, this is what I dedicate myself to. So especially in those periods, anchor yourself. And as we're going into Gemini season, let go, but know where your anchor is and flow all the way around. Like, get yourself a new terrain. That's right. Like, I'm anchored to here. I can only move this far, but I'm going to like discover myself this far, and then I can anchor myself here, and I can move around that axis and stuff. And that's kind of like how we should try and be with community. Explore, anchor yourself, explore around your anchor, and tetherball. I don't know, but explore around your anchor, and yeah, explore new terrain. Go to new terrain. See if you have any links there. Remember the 2 circles, and the 2 circles have this little overlap. That little overlap over there. But yeah, get the knowledge, get the intellect, get the insight. If you have the power of the intellect. You don't know anything. I don't know anything either. I have a little experience I could share with you, but that's it. Have I really been yapping for like 27 minutes? I'm so proud of myself. But no astrology questions? Should I go into Gemini season? Yeah, in Gemini season, we have that moon wobble. Mercury will also enter its home sign of Gemini, so the first home sign. And Gemini... they both share the dominant phrase, I think. It's all about the mind, and the mind is very fast-paced. Mercury is also very fast-paced, as the ruler of Gemini stays in a sign for like 21 to 27 days. I think even depending on the retrograde, a maximum of 27 days. But the mind's going really fast. You have all these ideas. It would be so nice if you already worked some of them out and can like get ahead, get moving on those. And I know you have like a prototype somewhere. With Jupiter being in Gemini for the past year, I know you have a prototype of something somewhere. And with that South Node in Virgo, let's retract to that one for a minute as we're here anyway. So the South Node is that comfort zone, is the lessons and the blessings that we have and we can use to go to our North Node. And the North Node is our future, where we are going to. And in the world chart, it's the collective comfort zone, and it's the collective future. It's the collective where we're growing to as the collective. That. But with the South Node in Virgo distributes skill, is a mutable earth sign, mutable distributor, earth, practical, material, skillful. So, like I said in the signs video, I guess, I also said Virgo, or the 6th house, I said it in the first video, the science video. Well, the first video, The sixth house, Virgo, is the things we perfect in the dark. Those intention journals, I was just making them for myself in the dark because I cannot in this world. And I was like, I need to persevere. So how can I persevere? Okay, make an agenda you can work with. Let me just grab it for a second because it has like, oh, it's here. It has like everything I need. Once more with meaning. This the like 2023 version, I guess, with the whole meal plan, which is also available in the resolutions guideline video, like a whole meal plan for our menstrual cycle. But like every year, oh my god, this works much better. Oh, or kind of. So every year we focus. What is the month? What is the focus of the month? We have all these aspects of life we need to focus on. But what is going on now and what's going on next month? What's going on later? What did we have? I also need to fill in my days. This day is for this day is for that day is for that. As you can see, I fell off, but that doesn't matter because I have my monthly intentions. Oh, better my languages, did that. Open doors, did that. Seas, carpe, did that. You did that. Ooh. Either way. So Aries season, happy new month, welcome in the new month. Okay, these themes of life again, and what my main focus is. Oh my god. Okay, you can read this. But focus on your themes, what you're going to do the upcoming month and stuff, and write them down. And you can also write them down like in your the normal agenda. And this is what all the normal agendas kind of focus on. And that's what I hate because I also need to focus on my meal plan. And I also need to focus on my habits. And I also need to focus on my weekly expenses and my groceries and stuff so I can eventually at the end of the day focus on my expected expenses. And at the end of the month, I'm gonna go somewhere else, y'all. Oh my god, my whole house. I'm so grateful for everything. Jesus. See, I've been busy, but it just took a minute. Like with the whole meal plan and stuff. And this is the part I love the most because here is where it becomes a game. Like, did I even exercise enough? Did I focus on my finances? Have I been inquisitive? Emotions, all the way to my integrity. And you know, I'm freaking integrity. But focus on those real expenses for the month. And these aren't to look at because it says share, but we're not going to do that. Oh, turn. Either way, that's what I made. That's what I kind of like perfected in the dark, printed out for myself so I could work with it. And like in the first month already, someone was like, you need to publish that for the masses. And that's Pluto and Aquarius, long story short. You have something great. You can help a lot of people with it as you're all in the same boat. Or maybe staring at people from another boat. Be there, help them, distribute your stuff, and be dedicated to the cause for the people. So, long story short, South Node in Virgo, you've perfected something in the dark. And for the masses, North Node in Pisces. This I haven't prepared, so bear with me, please. North Node, collective future. Well, now the collective future where we want to go to what we aspire to reach. And Pisces is all about the unity, it's all about the intuition, it's all about the consciousness, being more conscious about what we're doing. Because if you've been here since the start, I really appreciate y'all. Lobby. Ma, if you've been here since the start, remember I bought out these 2 pickles. And I said, I prefer the glass jar. Because what kind of packaging is this? Maybe it's not good for my hormones, but I want to try them. Because I like pickles. But, oh, Jesus. Wat een geur. Oh, it smells, whoa, it smells really garlicky. Oh, my mom is watching, I know she's laughing. But, the things we appreciate, unity, oneness, like, oh, some people would still say, I'd rather have this pickle that smells like too much like garlic. Oh my God, I still want the sauce though. Oh, that's nice. But, oh. No, but, yeah. Oh my God. Oh. Sorry, this turns into a mukbang, but North Node in Pisces, destiny, collective destiny, where we're going to, where we're growing to, aspiring to, and Pisces all about the unity, all about the oneness. So again, why I got the pickles out, one may say, I'd rather have a glass jar because it's better for my hormones and stuff. I could like store it here and there, I could reuse it. Other people may say I like this more because I like the packaging or whatever. Find your people, stick to your vibe, find your tribe. Collective, oneness, unity. Conscience, be more conscious because one is better for the hormones. One is better for our general health. Oh. Not in Pisces. I'm done talking. I'm done talking, but I really appreciate y'all. If you don't have any questions. Deep House so low-key. I know you. Wagwan. Wagwan. I should put on my glasses next time I'm going live. I remember you from counting or liking before, and I appreciated that. You're one of the reasons I came back. Oh yeah, John. Okay, I need to go and clean, guys. I'm going. Bye. Appreciate y'all. See you during the Gemini season full video.